product managers are expected to maximize upside for the business. But what do we mean when we say maximize upside for the business? Another way to think about upside is return on investment. Return on investment, ROI, is basically expected benefits divided by expected costs. In other words, for any kind of work that you do, that kind of work is going to incur some set of costs. And the question is, how much benefits do you get from it? As an example, let's say that you decide to create notifications for a mobile app. Well, creating these notifications takes some amount of time, and so that time is going to be costs. And then in terms of benefits, well, how does that benefit help your business? Does it increase revenue? Does it increase user retention? And so we can think of the ROI of notifications as the benefits that it gives to the business and to the end user, divided by the cost that it takes to implement that set of notifications. We can actually break down expected benefits even further. If you think about it, most of the time when you're building some set of functionality, it's actually going to give you some distribution of chances. That is, there are some worst case scenarios where you might not get a lot of upside. And then there might be some best case scenarios where you wind up with a gigantic upside. So think of a mobile game. Most mobile games actually don't perform very well, but some of them perform really, really well. So I don't know if you remember or not, but back in the day, there was this game called Flappy Bird. And Flappy Bird was built by just this one person. And that person wasn't expecting it to be a gigantic international success. But it did, because there was that small percentage chance that it would go viral, that it would be really, really big. And so anytime that we're building products, we need to actually think of our potential outcomes in terms of a distribution of things that could happen, each with their own associated chances. So if I deliver some product, there's some chance that it's going to go viral. It's going to be a huge, gigantic hit. There's some chance that it's actually going to be totally sleeper, where it's not something that people actually find very valuable, and so there's not a very good outcome. And then there's the most likely outcome, which is that it does moderately well, gets some moderate amount of traction. And so then that's how we could think about our products, is that there's basically best case scenario, worst case scenario, likely scenario, each one with their own percentage chances of happening. And then what we do is we multiply the size of that outcome by the percentage chance, and then we add all of it up to then get ourselves the expected benefit. That is, if you release this product 100 times, 1,000 times, on average, what is the size of the benefit that you would get by releasing this product? And so now we know that we're trying to maximize upside for businesses. In other words, our work can actually be broken down into something that's measured, and we can think of it in terms of math. So product management is not something that's super fluffy, where we're just doing all of this work just for the sake of doing the work. It's actually something that we're going to measure. We're going to measure what are the costs that we're incurring, and we're going to be measuring the benefits that we're unlocking as product managers. So if our job as product managers is to maximize business upside, well, how exactly do we do that? We've actually got a couple of different ways in which we can do this, looking at just this equation that I put up on the screen.